Okay, people, so you've seen the title of the video, so I know if you've clicked on this video, you're either in a fat loss stage or you're wanting to lose fat. Now, I've dropped this year 15 kilograms of fat. You know, some of it might have been muscle, but most of it was body fat. And I'm going to be telling you what has helped me and how I've been able to stay with it, stay consistent with it, not binge too much. Because binging does happen. Like, every now and again, but you have to limit it. And I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. The highest weight that I was, and that this is recorded, so I could have been a little bit higher, was 80 kilograms. Today I've weighed in at 65.9 kilograms, and it's been a long process. It's been a very long process. Well, not very long, but it's not being short. It's not being easy. It's been hard. This is the first thing you have to get in your mind. It's not going to be a breeze, and you're going to have to say no to things that you want. So, if you're trying to lose fat, you just have to understand that it's not going to be like this forever. Once your insulin is cool, you can indulge a little bit more, but until you're at the point where you look how you want to look and your body is in the right, it's in the correct position how body should be, you're going to have to stay away from pleasure, stay away from stuff that you like. So I say that it's been hard. Now, this is true, but it's not true. It's how you go about it that makes it, well, it depends. If you go about it in the wrong way, it's going to be very hard. If you're doing it in the correct ways, which I'm going to be telling you, then it won't be as hard. It's not going to be easy though. It is really not going to be easy. There is tricks to get around it. There is tricks, but the first thing that I want to make very clear is do not crash diet. Don't slash your calories. Let's say you're at, like me, okay, let's say 80 kilograms. So you're 80 kilograms, you're about 5'9". Your maintenance calories is probably somewhat around 2,600 to 2,300, around that range. Now, let's say that you're like, yeah, I need to make a change. I need to make a change. This has to change. Like, I cannot live like this anymore, which is how I felt. And what I could have done was I could have gone, right, nah, this is done, and I could have gone into 1,000 calorie deficit. So 1,600 calories, and now this would have worked for 3 weeks, and in that 3 weeks I would have dropped 5 kg, and that's amazing. But it's one night out and you are eating 10,000 calories. Like, me, that's what I'm doing. If I go out and I've been in a 1,000 calorie, just think about it, 1,000 calorie deficit for 3 weeks, so 21 days, 21,000 calories below what you should be. You're bound to just fuck it up. So you need to be in a moderate calorie deficit, I'd say 5 to 700 calories. So I'm currently body weight of 60, 67. Like, that was my weekly average. So what I'm eating is about 1,900, and that's a good amount of calories, really. Like, you can live on 1,900 calories. I've been doing it, not had any need to binge, nothing. It's not nice, and you just have to put up with that. If you want to get the results that you actually dream of, because for a lot of people, they dream of it, they just can, like, they can't do it. They want, they don't get, because they don't put the work in. They don't do it. Well, they don't have the right systems to do it. A lot of these people will actually have the fight in them for a month, but if they did it in the right way, they'd be able to fucking easily have that body they want. But it's just done in the incorrect way. But before you start, thinking about calories and thinking about all this, you need to think, what healthy foods do you enjoy and what do you eat at the moment? That's one that you cannot eat anymore. Like, there's obviously a reason why you're overweight. It's not just happened. You haven't just gotten overweight one day. Like, it's just your weight has gone. you know, gone like that. So why is it gone like that? What are the big calorie foods that you can't stay away from? Like, is it sweets? Is it chocolate? You have a weakness. You have a something that is in control of you. You're not in control of. So you need to know what that is. Which go and look in your cupboards and you'll figure it out. Like, it's that simple. And then you need to just stay away from that. That's the first thing. You need to stay away from that. Second thing that you need to be doing is you need to track your weight every day, and you need to track your weekly weights. This is what I've been doing, and it works very well because you can just see progress every single week. Weight fluctuates every day. If you weigh yourself once every single week on Friday, maybe on Thursday you could have been 68 kilo, but on Friday you wake up 70 kilo. But the Friday before, you were 69.5, and then you fuck it up because of that, because you've just been dieting. You're 69.5 here, you've been dieting, going down, and then you fluctuate here. You think, oh, this shit don't work, and it's victim mindset. It is victim mindset, but it's also understandable because you don't have the correct system. So yeah, we need to be tracking our weekly weights every day. So daily weight, daily fasted weighing, sorted. And then at the end of the 7 days that you've tracked, you add it all up. So let's say that your weight ends up being 500, in total 500. You divide it by 7. That is your weight for that week. Then you jot that down, and then you do it all again. The 7 days, 7 weights. Then you add it and divide it by 7. And then let's say this number here was 72, but then this one here was 71.4. You've lost 0.6 kilo, and that just is a big motivator because you actually know what you're weighing. Like, you can clearly understand and clearly see you are dropping weight. Like, here is mine, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I'm still in a cutting phase. Like, I have dropped 15 kilo. I'm still in a cutting phase because I want to get very, very lean, just because I've been fat my whole life. So, I understand it very well. Like, I want to be fucking shredded to the bone, and then from there, I want to be building muscle. I want to be going in a lean calorie surplus, a very little one. But back to the fat loss. One thing that you should be having is black coffee. Black coffee in the mornings. If you have 2,000 calories for the day, really you want to try and save like 1,000 of them calories for after 4 p.m. like after even 5 p.m. Like, you want to have a big meal so you're full for the night, because just worldwide, I know that people are more likely to binge at night. Like, you don't wake up in the morning and start looking for cookies. But at night, if cookies is your kryptonite, you're going to be fucking wanting them cookies. You might even order something. Like, whereas if you've got them 1,000 calories and you've just had a big, high protein, high carb meal at 8 p.m, that's worth 750 calories. You feel satisfied, you're satiated, everything's well. So, drink black coffee, weekly weigh-ins, weekly and daily weigh-ins, weekly averages. It's not going to be easy. And save calories for the day. No, for the night, sorry, my bad. They're the first 4 things that I want to tell you. I'll be back with more, don't worry. Now this one, I can't believe that I've not even brought up yet. You must track calories. Like, you need to get MyFitnessPal. You must get it, because, I know people that have tried to lose weight without it, and just, it doesn't work, because to sustainably lose fat, like, you can't, it's tricky, because, obviously people say, eat less, move more. Cool, that works. But then people take it extreme. They're like, oh, I'm not hungry today. I'm not really hungry today. So they eat nothing. They eat very low. And then the next day they eat like double what they should. And then the next day they do it low. And then the next day they eat double. So you need to get MyFitnessPal. and you need to track your calories daily. You need to set it to a correct goal. So, let's say you're fucking 75 kilo. You want to try and lose 0.8 kilo a week. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'd recommend. And every day you just hit what the calorie goal tells you. At the end of the week, when you've added all your 7 weights up, you put your new average weight into MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal will then give you your new maintenance weight loss calories. Sorry, it'll give you your new calories, and you just adhere to that number. You just accept that's what you can eat. That's all you can eat. You can eat less, but I wouldn't really recommend eating any. I mean, I probably go 100 under every day just because if I need to eat that much, then I will. But also, if you go 100 under the calorie goal every day, let's say you do have a binge, a tiny one. I'm not here for binges. I don't binge just because I've trained myself to not. And over time, fat loss gets easier, which it sounds weirder because it's like it's so hard on the first day, so how on the 30th day is easier. But you just build up that mental discipline, and it becomes easier, trust me. You'll see for yourself, The best thing that you can do, though, is just start today. What good to wait in until Monday? What good? Really? Absolutely nothing. And, here's another thing for you. Here's another thing which you won't want to hear. You won't want to hear, especially if you're a little bit older. Let's say you're 20. Let's say you're 30 and you're watching this. Here's something that you're not going to enjoy and you're not going to like to hear, but you need to give up the drink until your fat loss phase is over, because 300 calories a pint, I haven't drunk for fucking a good bit, 2 months, Every now and again it's cool. And also your fucking alcohol tolerance, whilst you're dieting, your alcohol tolerance goes down. So when you do indulge in the alcohol, it's like, it used to take me a good bottle of vodka to get drunk. I got drunk off 3 doubles. So that is a positive. It is a positive, but yeah, you cannot be locked in and tracking calories and then on Friday going out and getting on the piss, because I know from personal experience, when you go out and get on the piss, you just you end up in Mackey's at 3 a.m. and you ain't tracking that because you're just like, fuck it. And then the next day you wake up, you need a full English breakfast, you need food just because you're hungover and you're miserable and you're in self-pity and you're in regret. So you need to stay away from the alcohol. But seriously, guys, fat loss is possible. It's where you're at right now. You do not have to stay there. Just get on MyFitnessPal, track your calories on MyFitnessPal, and be honest with it. If you go over, be honest with it. And let's say you go over by 700 in one day, just be 200 under for the remaining week. Just be 200 under for the remaining days of the week, and then track it and put that weight in after the 7 days. And even if your weight has gone up because you went 700 calories over, you don't have to be a weight for a certain date. So, take what I've said in the video and just please know that you can do it. It's very possible. When I was fat, I was probably 23%, 22% body fat. I'd say now I'm about 14%. I mean, I might be being generous because I don't want to fucking be fat, but it's possible and you can do it. And, if you need any help and you're struggling, just comment and I'll be replying, because trust me, life is so much better. I couldn't thank fucking God enough for, him instilling the discipline in me to keep going. Thank you, guys.